You need people like me so you can point your fucking fingers and say, that's the bad guy.
Hooksy Mob, what's happening? Hey guys, so I wasn't just going to leave this alone because this is Matt Burkeen's story. He's the one that broke it. He's the one that posted it. And if you want to go check it out, it's over on his YouTube. Matt is a good follow. So yeah. So Matt reported that Jason Lawrence is no longer with Phoenix Honda. Yeah, Jason Lawrence, who just barely got going again and was going to do Arenacross. And I don't know anyone that wasn't excited for it. And I know not a lot of people expected good results, but it was just nice to see J-Law back out there. But it was too good to be true. And, you know, there was a time in the past when I did an interview about J-Law wasting talent and he wanted to fight me. And then we were good. I have a feeling after my take on this, he's probably not going to be good with me anymore. But just know, guys, I reached out to him on multiple occasions and no shocker, he didn't get back to me. So the way this looks is this, like he was kind of riding. He probably wasn't riding like the J-Law of old because he's old. He's down there with Kyle Peters, who is just the Arenacross champion and is dialed in. And J-Law, to do a comeback, comebacks are hard for professional athletes, especially professional athletes have been to the highest level. They come back to a sport and they have their ego, and it's really hard to be able to check that ego and manage expectations and become something that's a fraction or a shadow of what you once were. And it couldn't have sat well with Jason Lawrence to go out there. And I'm sure that he was getting handled by Kyle Peters. Keep in mind, Kyle Peters back in the day, you know, in J-Law's heyday, he couldn't carry his shorts. But now Kyle Peters is the man. He's younger, he's faster, he's been doing it. J-Law comes in, I wouldn't say off the couch, but not far off the couch. You know, I saw how he looked, and the talent's still there, but it definitely has a lot of rust on it. And he needed to, the way this would have worked is if he had managed his expectations. You come in there humble. If you guys know J-Law, that's probably not something he's really worked on. I was hoping with age that he could be a little bit more humble. Check the ego. Because at best, he was going to be a mid-pack guy in Arenacross, in my opinion. Maybe towards the end of the year when he got dialed in, but it takes a while. You got to get those gate drops. You got to get back up, your mind up to speed. The way I describe it is this, you know, and I'm sure a lot of you guys have heard this analogy. When you're on the freeway and you're doing 90 for like 3 hours on a road trip, and then you exit and you're going 20 in or 25 zone, oh my gosh, you feel like you're going so slow. But if you pull on the freeway after a 25 zone and go right up to 90, it feels super fast. Right now, everything for Jason Lawrence is probably going incredibly fast. His body's sore. He's just, you know, it's frustrating. He's getting handled by guys that wouldn't normally beat him. But so with that said, the guys at Phoenix Honda were like, well, what are we doing here? What's the goal? And they kind of wanted a little bit of a commitment from him. He didn't give it to him. So that was it for Jason Lawrence. But hey guys, before I get into this any further, head over to Coach Rob's store and get yourself some Energy Fuel. Energy Fuel is the best recovery drink in the world. It's so good. It tastes good. It works good. It works for hangovers too, but that's me, not Coach Rob saying that. And then Epic Garage Designs. Go check out Epic Garage. Just get yourself a rack. Get yourself a pro rack for the garage. Get things off the floor. Ride Strapped. They got these badass shirts, goggles. Really cool company. They got the Red Pill shirts for $19.99. Grab you one of those. And if you're shipping anything, ship it with Precision Transport. But back to J-Law. This is depressing news to me. I'm bummed because I'm a huge J-Law fan. And I got to give him a little bit of tough love, man. You have got, if you're going to make a comeback and do all these things, I did see he was talking to a girl on Instagram and he reposted it onto his stories about like, you know, hooking up, and she said something to where she didn't want to get in the way of his racing, and his response was, I'm racing to get hookups. Like, but if that's your only reason, yeah, of course this isn't going to work out. It takes so much courage to go out there knowing you used to win Supercrosses. You used to battle with Dungey and these top riders, a guy that almost won the Daytona Supercross off the couch, to go out there and get handled by Arenacross dudes that literally they're not in the same zip code as him in his heyday. I don't know how you go back to that it takes it. You know, Bradshaw did it. Damon Bradshaw did this perfectly, and you know, but Damon Bradshaw's a different character. Damon Bradshaw is mentally strong. He's got character. He managed his expectations. He went into Arenacross, and he said the first time he did it, he was like, "Oh my God, I got whipped by Josh Demuth. This guy was so good, and these guys are so good on these tight tracks, and it's something I've never done before." And he was coming off the couch, but yet he's Damon Bradshaw, who won, you know, major supercrosses, 125 Supercross championship, and he's getting handled by guys like that. But he was able to manage the ego, get better and better and better. And next thing you know, he's battling for the championship. And I was hoping that was the path that Jason Lawrence was going to take. But that's just not Jason Lawrence, guys. That's just not who he is. Jason Lawrence and that FU attitude, I was hoping he could advance past that, and I think you guys all were too, because it would have been great. And I think it was really cool of the Phoenix Honda guys to step up and offer him a ride. And I think it's pretty childish if it went down the way it was told, that he just said, "I'm out," because, you know, that to me sounds like a guy who wasn't having fun at the track, didn't ride the way he wanted to, and knew he was going to get smoked, and was looking for a way out. And as soon as they gave him the slightest little hint of, you know, of a problem, boom, he's out of there. And now he's got it. That was his excuse. Like I said, I know a lot of you guys don't like when I compare with MMA, but it's like when a guy's getting his butt kicked in MMA and a guy offers up a guy gets a submission that normally that guy could defend, but he lets him have it because he just wants to be done. It's not working and he wants out. This is Jason Lawrence bowing out. I hope for his sake that his personal life's okay, because, you know, I don't know. We have a mutual friend in Chris Dang McAvoy who just passed away, and this sport's tough that way. It really is. It's a lot of ego, and we lose a lot of guys. And this sport is better with J-Law in it. I hope he can kind of figure out what's going on here. Maybe he shows up on a different bike doing his own thing. You never know. But he needs to be dedicated, and he needs to learn how to check the ego. I mean, when Michael Jordan came back from the Wizards, it didn't go well. That's age catches up with you. And you can't just expect to be a superhero all the time. You have to understand, okay, well, this is where I'm at now, and roll with it. So anyway, guys, I'm bummed on Jason Lawrence, but screw it. This is what it is. We got to see him ride, or he did a GNCC race, and we got to see him ride an Arenacross track on a Phoenix Honda. I don't know if he disappears for another few years. I hope not. J-Law, when you watch this, don't get pissed. Just understand, man. You don't have to be a superstar anymore. You don't. You're already a superstar. I don't care if he goes out there and gets smoked by these Arenacross dudes. Having him in the field is awesome. And I can imagine it's tough, but call me, dude. I'll talk you through this. So, all right, guys, remember, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys later.